This is Eitan Weinstein.
And I'm Naor Menninger, and you're listening to Two Nice Jewish Boys.
This podcast is made in collaboration with the Jewish Journal. Check them out at jewishjournal.com. Also in collaboration with Arutz Sheva, israelnationalnews.com. And last but not least, in collaboration with Australian Jewish News, check them out at ajn.timesofisrael.com. If you'd like to support the podcast, visit 2njb.com/donate. If you live in Tel Aviv, you simply can't miss them. They are part of your life. When you hang out with your friends at the local bar, they're there. When you go out for jogging, they are there. When you come home from your parents on Friday night and you're waiting at a red light in the entrance to Tel Aviv, they're there. They are Tel Aviv's saddest souls, the homeless. Yes, Tel Aviv isn't Seattle, nor is it San Francisco, but the city struggles with its own homeless people, asking the passerby to spare a shekel. Most of us walk right by them. Don't look, don't care. But today, we're joined by someone who just can't ignore them. Mor Shaal is an artist who was living in Haifa up until 3 years ago. What a memory. 3 years ago. When she moved to Tel Aviv, she was amazed by the amount of homeless people in the streets and became fascinated by them. She started talking with some and then began documenting these encounters for a project which went viral on social media. Mor Shaal joins us today to speak about her amazing work with the Street Dwellers Project. Thank you so much for joining us for the second time.
Thank you for having me.
Tragic story.
Yeah, should we start with it?
Yeah,
We recorded this episode once before, or I'm just having ridiculous deja vu. and it got ruined.
and we fucked it up.
We is saying a lot.
Okay, it's Mor's fault.
Yeah, my fault.
No, it was all distorted. So we're going to do this again. It's going to be even better.
Yes.
So tell
What's
us.
up?
Tell us why you can't just... I think this is what I asked you the first time. Not that I'm trying to recreate it, you know? But why can't you just pass by these people?
Well, I can't pass by these people because it looks weird to me that there are people on the street. And the most fascinating thing, I think, is that the ability of the human being to adjust to all kinds of phenomenon, okay, is amazing. I mean, we see them, we ignore them because this is what you do. This is what everybody does. And that amazed me. I mean, what else are we going to accept? Mm-hmm. What is the next thing? Now it's a human being on the street. What's next? Rape on the street?
But do you expect everybody to take responsibility?
Yes, of course. As a community, it's bizarre.
But the thing is that, you know, most people hardly have a capacity, which is why I think many of these people are in this situation to begin with. Most people hardly have a capacity to contain themselves, right? You know, most people struggle day to day to just hold themselves together. So to expect them to then go out and lift someone else up is quite an expectation, no?
It is. You're absolutely right. But the thing I learned is when you pick someone up, you pick yourself up. So you get them both.
So it's more of a selfish act almost.
Yeah, completely. It's a selfish act from my side. Completely selfish act. I wanted to do it because I wanted to lift myself. I've been in their situation. I have a home, but I felt like a homeless for a long time.
Why?
Well, there are situations in life that you're alone. Even if you have friends, even if you have family, you feel alone. And being alone can bring you to all kinds of feelings that you're not aware. And it can get you so much down that you have no one, that you don't know even what to do with yourself. And the most harsh feeling that I've learned that happens is that the feeling that nobody sees you. It's the worst feeling in the world. And when I felt that nobody can really see me, that's why I felt like I'm a homeless. And I think this is the main reason why I wanted them to be seen. I think in my head it was like, okay, nobody sees me. Now I'm going to show you who I am. I'm not going to show you who I am. I'm going to show you them. You're not seeing them.
But
I'm
by-
going to make them celebrity now.
But by making others seeing them, you also make others seeing you.
Of course. Of course.
So that's what we were saying, right? Is that like it almost comes from the selfish place, but it's lifting others to lift yourself, lifting yourself to lift others.
I always say when I meet them and when I tell them you're beautiful, you're pretty, you're loved. I tell this when I tell it to them. I tell it to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it when
Yeah.
I take Reuven or Andrew to the beach and Reuven to a museum gallery. I'm taking myself because I'm not gonna do it alone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it with them. I make them happy and I make myself happy.
It's this is like psychologia begrush.
Yeah.
Psychology in
In a shekel.
In a shekel, but
shekel's
there's
worth.
the
works.
projection, right?
Yeah.
Is like the basic psychological phenomena that everybody knows is like you say to other people what you're actually feeling about yourself.
What you want to feel about yourself, because most
Well,
of us don't.
no, but
we
naturally-
can't hug ourselves.
Yeah, but naturally, if I say something to you, a lot of the times it's just what I'm feeling about myself. So you're saying it's almost kind of reversing that. It's trying to change the speech that goes out to change what you're feeling within.
Exactly.
So you mentioned Reuven.
Yeah.
Tell us about Reuven, because that's one of the reasons we're having Mor is because we saw you on a Cannes 11 clip that went viral, right?
Right.
That did a little documentary piece about you. So guys, go check that out.
If you speak Hebrew.
Cannes 11.
You should
yeah.
upload a version of this with English
yeah.
subtitles.
Okay, maybe we'll do a shut up.
Sure. Sure
Yalla.
thing. So so there was this viral video. So tell us about it.
Yeah, tell us about Reuven.
About Reuven.
Reuven. Okay, so I met Reuven about 2 months ago, I think, 2.5 months. I had no idea he's homeless. We started chatting, and he was really excited to see me and to talk to me because he says he didn't speak to anyone for a long time. And while we were chatting, he just kept on just telling me he's a photographer, he's an artist, and he went to a bad situation in life. And he told me the whole story about who he was, and I was shocked. I was completely shocked, and it touched me in so many ways. At the minute he told me he's an artist, I just fell in love with him. And from that moment, he became my best friend.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
if there are a couple of days that I don't see him, I'm not feeling good.
And there were a couple of days where you didn't see him.
Yeah. Of course.
So tell us about that and what happened.
Well, Reuven, at the beginning that I met him, he was really in a bad situation. He even said he wanted to kill himself. And I became really nervous about it. And I made a deal with him. I told him, I want a year from your life. Give me a year. Don't do anything to yourself for 1 year. And I will give everything I have to make your life better in every way I can. And he agreed. And that's what we're doing from now.
And there's even a bit in the documentary piece they made about you where you see that you took Reuven to your apartment and allowed him to take a shower, which we talked about last time, which seems just crazy, right? I mean, it's like if you tell the average person in Tel Aviv that I let one of the homeless people on the street into my apartment to take a shower, they'd be like,
you don't put it on your Tinder profile. It's a
definitely
big
not.
deal breaker.
It's the tagline for. But what was going through your mind?
He asked, and I just couldn't say no.
It's beautiful.
I just couldn't. A shower, it's like the basic thing for a human being to survive and to feel good with himself. And when he asked, why not? I mean, okay, let's do it for now. until we will find somewhere else. You can take a shower, you can sleep like a normal people. And actually, I had a lot of fun when he came to my flat. We did it twice. He came twice to take a shower, and the second time when he came to me, we made breakfast. We drank coffee at my flat. We saw a little bit of TV. We talked about art. I bought him new clothes, hat. Yeah, so he's
He has a family,
yes.
but they're not in touch.
No.
His kids actually live in Tel Aviv,
Yeah.
and he sleeps on the streets of Tel Aviv.
Yes.
Has he ever seen them? Like walk by? Have they ever seen him?
I'll tell you what. There's a little bit of trouble about his family. They don't want me to talk about it.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
But you can imagine a scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hard scenario.
Yeah.
He wasn't totally, I mean, I don't want to come off as judgmental, but we spoke about this last night. He wasn't totally innocent in his demise to the street, right?
Of course not. Yeah.
So can you tell us about how exactly that happened?
Well, he told me he got addicted a couple of years ago to all kinds of stuff. Not drugs, all kinds of stuff he got addicted to. And eventually he got addicted to Nice Guy. And that was the moment he became homeless. And being homeless is kind of a punishment. He is punishing himself. And right now he says that he stopped. He finished punishing himself. And now he wants to get back on his feet and start again.
Nice Guy, guys, is like it's just an awful drug, right? It's just
Chemical.
basically a mixture of chemicals, yeah. It's like taking bleach.
And all the homeless are addicted to it because
All
it's...
the homeless are addicted to it because it's legal. They don't do anything if you do it.
Mhm.
And it's very cheap. Very
And
cheap.
you smoke it?
You smoke it. It's like green leaves that are soaked in all kinds of bad materials, like spray for the toilet and against cockroaches, all kinds of sprays. They just soak it in it, and it just burns the whole body. Burns your head, burns your body. When they smoke it, they can't move. Their head, like, they faint.
Wow.
That's hard.
Just to get rid of the feeling, probably, right?
Yeah, it's an escape.
Yeah.
They can't really deal with the fact that they live on the streets. I mean, think about it. They can't deal with it. They can deal with themselves on the street. So that's what they do, and they just take their mind. And I call it the medieval situation. You're not dead and you're not alive. You're in between. You're waiting.
Like a zombie.
Exactly. A zombie.
Yeah.
A zombie that is not seen even.
How did this project start?
Well, the project started about 3 years ago when I moved from Haifa to Tel Aviv. When I was growing up in Haifa, I never saw a homeless person.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got to Tel Aviv, I started seeing them everywhere. And when I saw them on the street, I just couldn't take my eyes off them. Just couldn't, because they're very rude here in Israel. They do whatever they want. They go around. They shout at you. They're asking for money. They have like Israeli chutzpah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Did it happen to you?
Yeah, of course.
Can you tell us?
What, the rude ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, they come to you and they tell you, give me money. And I tell them, okay. I open my purse. I give them like 10 shekels. No, give me the 50. What are you talking about? I can only give you the 10. No, give me the 50. It's really chutzpah.
Yeah. She sees the 50 in your
Yeah,
in, your
in my
wallet.
purse, and she
Yeah.
wants it.
Why wouldn't she?
Of course. So that was the first time when I recognized that something is going on with me and them. I was really curious about who are they? I mean, how did you end up in this place? Why? How can I help you? What's going on? I mean, why are these people walking all over Tel Aviv and nobody cares? I woke up in the morning, one morning about 6 a.m., and I started walking in Tel Aviv, and I saw a lot of homeless people sleeping on benches. That was the first time I thought to myself, this is crazy. People are sleeping on benches here in Israel. I mean, this person, if I go back on history, probably I know him from, I don't know, maybe he served in the army
Right.
with my dad or something like
Right.
that. This is so small country. I mean, it's so bizarre.
But there is help to those who want it, right?
Well, the help is like, it's Israeli.
It's not
I
like
mean,
in America where you're
you want to take a
totally-
shower? Okay, you can go in and take a shower, but you can't do drugs. So, you understand?
But they give drug supplementals. How do you say it in English? Like
Adolan.
Adolan, yeah, which is
It doesn't really help them.
Replacement drugs.
replacements.
It's like putting a band-aid on something that is on a shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly that, because there's a person here that suffers. He has mental health. He has
Issues,
he has
mental health issues.
mental health issues. And if you really want to help him, you can't just give him adolan or just give him drop him to how do you say it?
Shelter or
לא, לגמילה כאילו.
yeah,
Rehab.
rehab.
Just send him
So-
to rehab because
what
they go
do
to
you do?
rehab and they go back to the street. And what else do you do?
So what do you do? I mean, how can you help them? Like,
Well, the first thing I think is to change, not them, to change us. That's the first thing. We need to look. We need to see them. We need to look at them. We need to make them feel that we see them and that we want them back. That's on our half, the regular people on the street. When you see a homeless people, just go to him and just ask him, how do you feel? Good morning. Did you eat something today? Did you drink something? Do you want me to buy you something? You don't have to give them money. Just give him the feeling that
Attention.
he's a human being, that you see him. That's on our half. On their half, I think the first thing is to give them a reason to live, because right now they don't believe in themselves, they don't believe in human beings, and they don't want to live. So we need to bring them back to life.
But sorry, but I don't understand. We got to get back to the story how you in a minute. But I don't understand. Tel Aviv, it's the capital of all homeless people
in Israel, yeah.
in Israel. But it's also the richest municipality. They have the equivalent of like $1 billion in their bank account, the city. Okay? So they're rich as hell. So what's stopping them from doing more? I don't understand. What do they do and why they don't do what they don't do?
Give me a reason why they will do. Give me one reason why Huldai will care.
Because he wants tourists to come here, and it's
I was sitting at Vitrina, a burger spot in Tel Aviv, just last night.
again.
Yeah.
We just had
This
burger.
is the third time I've had Vitrina in like 2 weeks, and that doesn't. Okay, so actually, just a
We
little
had the
tangent.
burger, yeah.
Little tangent. I had a burger that morning, and I had a
Morning?
burger, and I had a burger the day before. Well, like for lunch, and then I had a burger the day before. It's a problem. I might
You're
find
an
myself
addict
on
as
the
well.
I
streets
understand. I understand.
soon. No, but we were sitting there, and within 30 minutes, 3 different people walked up. Hardcore, addicts, homeless people that are obviously very, very unclean,
They
very
smell.
rude, right?
Yeah.
They don't really care much for niceties. So they come up and they're like, "Hey, man, do you have something? Do you have something?" They
Not to mention
stand
Corona.
over you. They stand over you. They sometimes they yell. Last night we didn't have any yelling, but sometimes they come, like you said, and they're very rude and they yell. Even there's one on Rothschild that she's pretty famous by now, and she just
Rona.
starts crying basically and yelling. So this is right. That's a reason enough. Like, it's a problem in his city. So he would supposedly, you think, want to try and solve it.
He's taking this mask that we put, this one. He puts it on his eyes and let's just go. And what he does, he's rehabilitating Schenkin Street and Rothschild Street, and take the benches and put something inside the bench in the middle so they won't have the ability to sleep on it.
He
And that's
tries
it.
to seclude them to certain areas, I guess, right? To push them, and like ghettos.
Yeah.
But in the morning, they would go outside of that I don't know,
area.
yeah, the
He
zone.
doesn't give a
they
fuck.
wander.
Okay, I
Doesn't
will
give a
say it
fuck.
like that. He doesn't give a fuck. Nobody
weird.
gives a fuck. Nobody.
It's really weird.
I've been doing this for 3 months now, like in a hardcore way. It's my life now, and nobody
Reached out to
nobody
you.
reached out to me. Nobody.
From the city, from the...
None. Nothing.
And if they were to reach out, what would you say to them?
Let's do something together. Let's save those people. Jewish people, Israeli people are on the street. What's wrong with you? I mean, you go on Facebook, you see so many people trying to find a home for kittens and dogs and puppies, and a 70-year-old man is sleeping on a bench on the street. 70. I can't sleep on a bench. I can walk after it. And a 70-year-old man.
So this is my problem. Well, with you, I think there's something beautiful about what you're doing, and it's almost there's also something pure about your desire to help these people and the intention. But my issue is that, and I think we touched on this also a little bit last time. My problem is that in the end, nobody can help somebody without that somebody wanting to help themselves. And with all the good intentions, this is my problem with like the municipality coming in and with government trying to solve the issue, is that they're the farthest people that are removed, right? Pouring money on any problem usually doesn't solve it. You have to be creative.
Exactly.
And I think that it's not just about creativity. It's about the fact that, you know, even if I go and talk to these people, it's the most superficial type of connection, right? They're missing what is really important in life, which is a mother, a father, a brother, a sister, a loved one.
A job.
That really, no, but forget about a job even. The most basic is like you were saying, the most basic thing
Family.
that someone needs is yes, some kind of, it doesn't even have to be family, but some kind of strong connection of someone that loves them.
Yeah,
And that I can't give them.
we can.
I mean, by loving them that way myself.
Yeah.
But it's quite a big expectation to expect me to take in someone from the street.
Not all of us
basically.
have your emotional
No, that's
capacities.
not what I'm trying to do. No,
Okay.
no. What I'm trying to do, think about this situation. You're homeless, okay? You're sitting on the street for every day. 10 people a day comes to you. How are you? How are you? How are you? How do you feel? Do you need anything? How would you feel? That's a start. Now you have a social worker, you have a therapist, you can move on. And I don't know, maybe you'll find something. Maybe we can, I don't know, do stuff. Maybe they can help with kids. Maybe they can help with elderlies. We can do so many things with them. There are people on the street that, you know, they're not kids.
Educated.
Yeah, they're educated, they're humble, they want to do stuff. We are just need to make them want to live again, because now they feel like nobody wants them. They're depressed, they're sad, they hate themselves. If you remove all that and you give them happiness and you give them the feeling that they are needed, that there's something about the way they live. I mean, we need them. There's something about that.
Yeah, but you know, you were telling us last time that, and I won't name names, but one of the people that you know, the way that he ended up on the street was that I mean, on his way, it wasn't like the moment, but on his way to the street, he was staying with a friend, and he ended up stealing this friend's stuff and selling it.
Yeah.
And when I think about that, right, I think. Like I think the difference between us is that you're upset with people for not caring about them, and I'm upset with them for not caring about themselves. You know, I mean, like,
Who comes first in the queue?
Well, I think that
The individual or the society?
I think that when a person reaches a certain מדרגה, נגיד?
Edge.
stage,
certain
level,
stage, a
level.
certain stage or a certain level, that he breaks down. I mean, most of us can move around and go through hard stuff and get out of it and even grow from it. But there comes a time when you just break. and you just let go. And when you do that, that's the most dangerous spot to be in, because then you reach to the level that you say, I don't care about myself anymore. I just want to die. I'm just waiting to die. And that is the reason that they are out there. They don't fight anymore. And we need to give them the reason to fight again. Because, okay, you gave up on yourself. We are not giving up on you. We're going to let you know that we want you here. We want you back to society. We're going to help you come back to society. Whatever you need.
But aren't you taking a risk by that approach of being condescending, in a way?
What do you mean by condescending?
Like looking up above them.
Why do you think it's above them?
Above them, in the sense that you know for them better than they know for themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit it can be a bit condescending.
I can agree, but condescending in a good way, because I think life is precious. And if I have the ability to give them one less spark before they do something to themselves, that's what I want to do. I want to show them that life is not just bad. We can make it better. We can. Let's try. I mean, you're not dead.
We're giving you a hard time, but I think it's good because it's bringing out the good stuff.
Yeah. Let's get back to your story for a second,
Okay.
because we didn't finish it. So you went out at 6 a.m. and you saw all these homeless people and you just moved to Tel Aviv. And then what happened?
And then Rona came to me. Rona is someone who is homeless. He's very known in Tel Aviv.
He or she?
She. And she came to me and she asked for money. And I told her, okay, let me look. I opened up my purse and I didn't see anything. And I told her, listen, I'm sorry, I don't have anything to give you. And she got really angry. And she started cursing me, like, you son of a bitch. Bat zona, you know?
Yeah.
And I was shocked. So I started walking away from her because I was afraid. And she just started walking after me, shouting and screaming and cursing me. And I was horrified by it. But while I was horrified and scared, I thought to myself, oh my God, who is that woman? What's going on in her head? And how come she's like that? That was the moment I was completely curious about it. And the next time I saw her, I started filming it.
How?
About 2 weeks after it, I saw her again. She asked for money, and I told her, I'm going to give you money, but I'm going to document it because I want you to know something. And I opened up my camera, and I told her, I'm going to give you this money, but I want you to know that the first time I saw you, you shout at me and you curse at me, and I don't want you to do it anymore. And I started talking to her, what's your name? And she said she was sorry about shouting and cursing me.
How did you come up with the idea, though, to do that?
I don't know. It just happened because I'm doing selfies and video selfies for as long as I remember myself.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that she said that she's sorry is amazing to me. That blows my mind because I think that never seemed possible to me. That like these people, like when I saw her for the first, I think we're talking about the same person. I would, if you ask me, I would say that person is completely incapable of self-reflection.
She's supposed to be locked down in a facility. This woman, I know for sure. She attacked me twice.
Tell us about it.
I mean, she attacked me a couple of days ago, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
After all you've been through?
No, she really loves me. She really, really loves me. She's so happy. She's like, all the people recognize me from the movie that you uploaded. They give me money. They give me things. But she's, she can be reasonable and she can be not reasonable at all. And about a couple of days ago, she saw me on the street and she was shouting, and I tried to relax her because she was doing a lot of mess on the street.
Mm-hmm.
And she saw me and she didn't recognize me. And she started pushing me. And she kicked me. And
Wow.
It's hard. But I really prefer that she do it on me than other people on the street because people were, it's scary. And what can you do? So you ring for the police. They come, they take her for, I don't know, nothing. And they bring her back to the street. A person that's supposed to be locked down and drugged.
But don't we have such facilities to You have no answers. We want answers, Mor.
I know that they run from it. I mean, and they run away and they don't take them back.
Uh-huh.
So just do whatever they want on the street.
And
That's
the
insane.
first time she attacked you, she choked you?
Yeah,
right?
she choked me on
You gotta be
Rothschild.
more subtle about asking questions you already know the answers
Well,
from
I want
last
her to
time.
tell the story.
But I have to say something. Most of the homeless people, really, they are super cute. They are humble. They are
Gentle.
very gentle. They are very polite. Even they're good people. There are, of course, the unique like Rona, like Rudy, but most of them are really nice. Yeah. So the first time I saw her, I tried to help her because she was asking for money and she was crying. And I told her, listen, Rona, stop for a second. Tell me how much money do you need? Maybe I can arrange from some of my friends. And she understood it that I called her a hooker. She thought that I'm gonna bring all my friends and I don't know what to do with her. And she started choking me in the middle of Rothschild Street. So I actually got away from her and ran away from her. And
Aren't you traumatized by, like, I would be?
no, I'm not. I think I just really understand them. I really get them.
Is there anything like, because you said I would rather her do it to me? Is there? I mean, it almost sounds like masochistic to me. That like, I don't know that, because a person who gets hurt once, twice, usually backs off.
Usually.
You come back for more.
Usually, yeah. I don't know. There's something about them that I can handle. I can handle really good. I don't know what is it. I can sense them. I can look in their eyes and I can feel them.
Right.
I don't know why is that.
And
I gotta say, it's like God doesn't want us to record this episode. Before there was all that
Construction,
noise,
yeah.
and then this car alarm goes off. Last
all
episode
good.
got ruined.
all
It's
good, all good. Yeah.
Just trying to
No worries.
not let us get the message out.
Okay, so you filmed her and you uploaded it, and then what happened?
Well, I started uploading it as a story, like 50 seconds or 1 minute. And I got a lot of response. People tell me that it's really interesting and I should continue with it. Until this one girl wrote to me, listen, I hate those stories. You got to stop doing it. You take advantage of them.
The girl you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. She even threatened me.
What?
Yeah.
How?
She said, I love Rona. You will take this story out right now or I will do something to you. And I was like, listen, I'm trying to speak out their pain. I want people in Tel Aviv to change the way they see them. And then I realized something I was doing was not good. Something I was doing is not putting out the message. That's why I started doing it like in a different way, in a harsh way. So I just went out. I did like a whole interview with them. I edited it and I uploaded. And from that moment on, it just went viral.
So there was a point in that criticism you received.
Yeah.
You feel
Yeah. I still got criticism. A lot of people still criticize me.
that you're like building a reputation,
Yeah.
becoming famous over the back
becoming
of
famous. Yeah, I love the likes of the Facebook. People,
Right.
Yeah, people think that I take
because
advantage
you became
of them.
huge on Facebook. You have like 30,000 followers or something.
Yeah, it became
It's
really
huge.
yeah, it became really viral. Enough about me. That you should hear the people that I take.
So tell us.
They love it. They're a celebrity now. They recognize everywhere. People come to them, tell them by their name. Andrew, how are you? Reuven, how are you? They love it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Do you think that it's helped?
yeah, it did
Like,
because
they're,
You see
I don't
change?
know, have they stopped doing maybe some nice guy, or they do it less now, where they're trying to get off the street?
yeah. Okay, there's Pavel. He was someone I interviewed, And after I uploaded his video, his friends contact me and wanted to find him. So they took cars and they drove all Tel Aviv until they found him. They took him to one of his friend's house, and he is now going through rehabilitation. He's been clean for about 3 weeks now.
Wow.
Yeah, he's really into religion now. And I met him. This is the last video I uploaded of him, rehabilitated. He has teeth. They gave him teeth, new teeth.
These are friends from the army? From where? Like, how did they?
A friend from his rehabilitation, the first time he did it. He saw the video. His name's Friend of Shalom. He saw the video. He texted me. He said, "Listen, I have to find him. I have to save this guy. I love him. I have to save it." And we did it together. I mean, we did a shut-up. And
Collab.
Yeah,
That's
collab.
interesting, because that's exactly what we're talking about, is that there's a potential that you can reconnect these people with the closest people that they had in life, and that they can find meaning.
And even new people. I mean, Reuven has a lot of new friends that comes to him every day.
And they are helping him?
Yeah, they're sitting with him. They talk with him.
No, but I mean, does it actually help him? Like, does he, in the end of the day, feel
better? Think about a person that nobody care and nobody speaks to him. And now he's like a celebrity. People come to say, hi, Reuven, hi, Reuven. Everybody that sees him, love him.
If I'm now the mayor,
Yeah.
and I take you more and I give you 10 million shekels, I say, solve the problem.
Okay.
What do you do?
Well,
To the mic, please. Speak to the mic.
Well, I'm gonna take someone who knows how to deal with those kind of problems, drug issues, and I will get them to be together for a year. I will give this person a flat, and I will give him a therapy every day with a shrink, with a psychiatrist. I will give him someone who will see what he can work, what are the abilities, job opportunities of him, and for a year, someone who will be with him every step of the way,
like a child.
Like a child, exactly. They are going back in time to being a child again. Yeah, and they need someone hand by hand to hold them and to let them go back into life.
And if that fails?
We'll start thinking about the new stuff. But I think...
You never give up, essentially.
No. You never give up on a person life. No. Mm-mm.
What do you think, Eitan?
I think it's ambitious.
Yeah?
It's ambitious. Yeah.
You're
No, I think it's commendable, but I think it's sometimes it might be
We
like
have less
walking
faith.
in place.
We have less faith in I don't know, in what, but just less faith
I
overall.
didn't start the sentence.
No, yeah.
Have you ever seen all those stories about people who are I don't know, had a big accident and they got their life back? You know?
Yeah.
They go back to life even stronger
Mm-hmm.
because they saw death. They saw that and they realized and now they have a second opportunity.
Now you read every day people who recovered from corona, had near-death experience, and they
So think about it. You're giving someone a second chance. If they receive it, they come back stronger. It's worth something. And they are pearls, really. The people on the street, you have no idea how much they are so smart. They have so much to give to society, really. They are funny. They're intelligent. They are lovable people. I mean, their life are shit, really. It's a shitty life, and they are happy people.
But if one of them did decide to get out of it,
Yeah.
right? There are opportunities. Like it's not that you can't get a job in Israel. Like I bet if one of them went to the countryside, he could get a job in agriculture or whatever, picking avocados, right? I mean, there are opportunities even for those people. So the alternative route is if they did get convinced, or with themselves or by someone like you, that they have the chance to help themselves without waiting for the money to come from the government, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, they don't believe in themselves. That's the problem. Even if they really want, I see a lot of them say, yeah, I want to get out. I want to get out. But they can't do it alone. They're not strong enough. They don't have the ability. We are not robots. What's going on in here is affected by this, the soul. And their soul is torn, like torn. They've been through stuff and they weren't taking care of their soul. And when your soul is broken in that way, even if you have the strongest mind, nothing will help you. You can't. You need someone to take care of your soul.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, we have different approaches to life. I think we figured that out already.
No, I think it's an amazing thing to reach out. I think the issue is that I think the idea that everybody should have this drive to help these people is not necessarily realistic, and I don't think it's necessarily well placed. But I think that your drive and the idea that like these people need help, and I think that in life, like I said, everybody has to first want to help themselves before that they can be helped. It doesn't matter how much you try and help them. But sometimes it's this chicken and egg thing, right? So like
maybe you can spark the
can spark the fire within them, yeah. But I think and that's amazing that you're trying to do that, and I think it's totally commendable, and I say go for it.
Which leads us to your Kickstarter project.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
So this project, in this project, what I do basically, besides the interviewing, I buy them stuff, whatever they need, food, drinks, if they need to move from place to place.
You try not to give them cash.
No, yeah, I try not to give them cash unless they really, really, really beg for it.
Because that's like injecting them with nice guy, essentially.
Exactly. And I ran out of money. So I opened a Head Starter.
Because in the beginning, you were funding it.
Yeah, I was funding the whole project by myself. And so I started the Kickstarter. It's a Kickstarter? Head Start?
Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Well, it's not on Kickstarter. It's on Head Starter.
It's a
Head
give back.
Start.
It's called
give back.
It's
okay.
give back.
Yeah.
And so if you want to help the project continue, just go and give back.
There's 8 days left.
Yeah.
And you raised how much by now?
96,000.
So you passed the goal.
I passed the goal, yeah.
Amazing.
The goal was 70.
100,000 shekels.
Yeah,
which is like
almost.
$30,000.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So guys, look out for it. How can they find it?
On Give Back.
It's in
Give
Hebrew,
back.
so we'll put links.
We'll put links, yeah.
So what are you going to do with the money, though?
Well, I have plenty of ideas. At first, I thought I was just going to continue the project and maybe do a shut-up with all kinds of big, like Keshet, Reshet and stuff like that.
Collaboration with big
with
news
big
channels.
Yes. But now, I don't know. There are
so many options.
Yes, so many options. But I'm going to do everything.
Choice overload.
Everything I can to finish this phenomenon.
Like you have a dream project.
Yeah. My dream is the streets are going to be empty. This is my dream.
We can all sign up to that dream, I guess.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
I'm going to do it.
We believe in you.
Yes?
Yeah.
For
Good.
sure.
If there's anybody that could do it.
Yeah, it's you.
It's someone who's been choked and kicked and still goes back. Right?
Yeah. Either you clean the streets or you end up living with them,
Probably.
These are the two options. But you can always come shower here if you want. No.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So thank you so much for coming for the second time.
Thank
I
you.
hope this time it's audible,
Yeah.
what we just recorded. Before we go,
Yes.
so we have a collaboration. We have 3 collaborations.
Get ready.
Okay. So the first one is with the Jewish Journal. They are in Los Angeles. You can check them out at jewishjournal.com for podcasts like David Suissa's podcast, Pandemic Time podcast, and many more. They have columns, great content, so go and check them out, jewishjournal.com. Also,
Arutz Sheva, israelnationalnews.com. It's a news outlet here in Israel. They have a great website. Like I said, israelnationalnews.com.
Facebook.
They're on Facebook. Sometimes we're live on their Facebook. They got great content. Check them out. israelnationalnews.com.
And finally, in Australia,
Down Under.
we are collaborating with the Australian Jewish News.
AJN.
Dot.
Times of Israel.
Dot.
Com.
Yes. And if you live in Australia or interested in what's going on in the community there, check them out. They have a new website. They're on Facebook. They're on Instagram. So highly recommended.
AJN.timesofisrael.com.
And we'll put links to your Kickstarter if you feel like donating and helping this cause, this righteous cause. Go to Mor's Kickstarter page and donate something. Any sum,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Guys, give more all your money. All of it.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it. Thank you so much for joining
Thanks
us.
for coming again.
Thank you for having
It's
me.
been amazing.
Thank
You're
you very
really
much.
inspiring.
I
Bye,
want to come
guys.
again.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.